I dragged myself forward with my broken leg while gathering the children's belongings, speaking softly to them. Nate, make sure you look after Cece when you're up there. Have fun with all the superhero figures and teddy bears over there. That day, Lionel Brooks was about to leave with Fiona Smith and her child. In the rubble, my son, Nate Brooks, lay with a steel beam piercing his small chest, blood dripping. He looked at me and asked, "Mommy, will Daddy come back soon?" Cece Brooks chimed in confidently, "Of course, he will. He's our daddy after all." It was heartbreaking to hear them say that. I yelled, "Lionel, are you blind? Fiona and her kid only have scratches while our children are." Before I could finish, Lionel turned to me with reddened eyes and snapped, "Aster, don't be ridiculous. I'm the manager of this museum, and during this earthquake, I have to treat everyone equally. I can't prioritize Nate and Cece just because they're my children, and I certainly can't abandon Fiona because of your jealousy. Get your priorities straight. Besides, the rescue team is almost here. Would it kill them to wait a bit? Stop being so dramatic." Lionel carried Fiona's child with one arm while supporting her with the other as they headed toward the exit. As she passed by me, Fiona turned and flashed a smug smile. I knew this was not the time for arguments, I just wanted to save my children. Hearing their painful cries, I forced myself to stay strong. "Nate, Cece, hang in there just a little longer. I'm going to get you out." I struggled with my broken leg, desperately trying to lift the concrete slab that was crushing my children. My fingernails broke, my hands bloodied, but that cement did not budge. I knelt and begged anyone around with lesser injuries to help me. After 4 endless hours of effort from the rescue team and volunteers, both children were finally transported to the hospital. Before being rushed into emergency surgery, Nate tried to comfort me, saying, "Don't cry, Mommy. I'm not in pain." But then, he coughed up large amounts of blood. The doctor rushed out, asking urgently, "The children have Rh-negative blood. Which parent has this blood type?" "Their father," I replied. The doctor insisted, "Call him immediately for a blood transfusion. We might be able to save at least one of them." My whole body trembled as I called Lionel repeatedly. After more than a dozen attempts, he finally answered with immediate anger. "Aster, why do you keep calling me? Fiona just got Eva to sleep, and your calls woke her up. Do you have any idea how hard it is to calm a traumatized child?" I did not want to argue about him and Fiona. I just needed him to donate blood for our children. I pleaded, "Lionel, the kids need a blood transfusion urgently. Please come quickly. I'm begging you." "Blood transfusion?" Before he could continue, I heard Fiona let out a sharp scream in the background. "Fiona, are you okay?" Lionel asked with concern. Fiona's voice came through weakly. "Lionel, I'm feeling dizzy, but I'll be fine after some rest. You should check on Aster and the kids. I don't want her to misunderstand." Lionel's irritated voice crackled through the phone. "What era are we living in? What hospital doesn't have blood in its blood bank? Aster, how have I never noticed how petty you are? You're just trying to drag me away from Fiona because you saw me bring her to the hospital. You're being completely unreasonable." He hung up, and when I tried calling back, an automated message informed me the number was disconnected. He had turned on his do not disturb mode. I laughed bitterly, thinking about this man I was married to for 4 years, the father my children adored so much. However, he had never bothered to learn or care about our children's blood type in all those years. Rh-negative blood was rare, and the hospital was helpless without it. Eventually, due to their severe injuries and the lack of timely blood transfusion, both my children passed away. When the nurse wheeled my children's bodies out of the ward, I broke down sobbing, feeling as if my heart had been ripped out. While I was crying like a madwoman in the hallway with everyone staring, just one wall away, Lionel was covering Eva's ears. "What's all that noise outside?" Fiona asked. Lionel replied casually, "It's a hospital, and people die here all the time. It's normal. Don't be scared. I'm here for you and Eva." After passing out countless times from crying outside the morgue, I checked my phone. Fiona had posted a new photo on social media showing Lionel sitting by her hospital bed, embracing her and Eva Haywood like a happy family. The caption read, "We survived. We're one loving family." I could not help but laugh out loud. It hit me that my 4-year marriage was one big joke. I had always thought Lionel was just a careless man who was too busy with work to pay attention to details. Yet, it turned out he was not incapable of caring, he just did not care about us. The children's funeral was scheduled for the following week. For 5 days and nights, I sat silently in Nate and Cece's room, clutching their photos and refusing to cry or speak. I could almost feel their warmth lingering in the room, and I swore I could still hear them sweetly calling me Mommy. The memories felt so fresh. So real. My childhood friend, Luke Armstrong, rushed back from overseas, dropping a major business deal. The moment he walked in and saw my state, he embraced me tightly. "Let it out, Aster. Keeping it all inside is only going to hurt you," he whispered. I looked at him and asked, "Nate and Cece are never coming back, are they? Do you think they regret having me as their mother? Why was I so useless?" Before my parents passed away, I married Lionel. Back then, Lionel wanted to be my father's graduate student, and despite the college having their preferred candidate, Dad fought to give Lionel a spot because he saw him as a hardworking man from a struggling family. After graduating, Lionel pursued me relentlessly. I married him because I thought he was honest and dependable. We married, and Dad paid for our house, car, and even for Nate and Cece's essentials. Also, Lionel would be good to me for a lifetime. When we got our marriage registered, Lionel set the wedding date for July 26th and I agreed. Only later did I find out that it was the day Fiona and her wealthy husband were leaving the country. The spite was obvious, but I kept telling myself it was just a coincidence. On the day of my wedding, Luke asked if I was sure. I told him it was hard to find someone as honest as Lionel, so I settled for Lionel. Yet, how did it end up like this? Lost in thought, I headed out to buy funeral items for the kids. Suddenly, Fiona and Eva approached me, both carrying shopping bags. Fiona looked fresh and radiant, flaunting a new diamond necklace and ring. "Aster, it's only been a few days, and you look awful." Then, she noticed the white lilies in my hands, and her eyes lit up as she continued, "Funeral flowers. Did someone in your family die? Lionel hasn't mentioned anything." Rage overtook me, and I slapped her across the face. Lionel, who had just parked the car, saw what happened and ran over to shove me away roughly. Due to my injured leg, I lost my balance and fell to the ground. Lionel screamed at me, "Aster, are you crazy? How dare you hit someone? Don't you know Fiona just got out of the hospital?" Fighting through the sharp pain in my leg, I slowly stood up and slapped Lionel hard across the face. "Let's get a divorce, Lionel." Lionel was caught off guard. When he finally recovered, he growled, "Aster, have you lost your mind? Instead of caring for the kids at the hospital, you're here stalking Fiona and me? And now you want a divorce over something so trivial? I'm Nate and Cece's father." "Oh, so you remember you're Nate and Cece's father? Anyone watching would think you were Eva's dad," I spat back. Fiona cowered behind Lionel with tears in her eyes. "Lionel, this is all my fault. Stop arguing with Aster because of me. I was the reason you couldn't check on the kids. You should go back. I'll be fine on my own." She turned to leave but stumbled dramatically. Lionel caught her immediately and said, "Fiona, I need to get you and Eva home safely first. I can't leave you like this." He picked up Eva and supported Fiona, preparing to leave. "Tell Nate and Cece that I'll visit them at the hospital tomorrow." "Don't bother." "What do you mean? You're not going to see them again." "Aster, what are you saying?" Before I could answer, Eva cupped Lionel's face affectionately. "Uncle Lionel, didn't you promise to take me to the arcade? The mall's going to close soon." Lionel's face lit up instantly. "You're right. Let's go get those plushies." Then, he glanced back at me and added, "I'll definitely visit the kids tomorrow." I grabbed his sleeve desperately. "Lionel, either come with me now or don't come back at all. Are you done with your drama, Aster? Look at yourself. You're not the woman I married. Go home and reflect on your behavior, or I might actually take you up on that divorce." He yanked his sleeve out from my grip, then left with Fiona and Eva without a hint of hesitation. Lionel promised to return the next day, but an entire week passed without a single call. He never asked about our children's condition, not even through others. It was ironic that we were in the same hospital, and he could have easily asked any nurse about our children's status, but he did not even bother. Today was their funeral, and I had hoped he would come to say goodbye. After countless unanswered calls, I checked Fiona's social media and found my answer. That week, Lionel had been busy planning Eva's birthday party and helping them move into a luxury apartment. Their photos showed lavish housewarming dinners and poolside celebrations. One picture showed the three of them in swimsuits, Lionel and Fiona holding Eva up in the water, all wearing brilliant smiles. The caption read, "Life is beautiful because of your boundless love. Every warm moment exists because of you." Looking at Lionel's smile in those photos, any remaining warmth in my heart turned to ice. I turned to Luke and said, "Let's start the funeral. We're not waiting anymore." I filled their tiny coffins with Nate's favorite superhero toys and Cece's beloved teddy bears. As I watched them enter the crematorium, I felt my tears finally run dry. Back home, I immediately called housekeeping services. I had them throw out everything related to Lionel, leaving nothing behind. I also had my divorce lawyer draft papers that would leave him with nothing. When Lionel received the letter from my lawyer, he seemed to finally realize I was serious and raced home. The moment he opened the door, he was confronted by Nate and Cece's portraits. Lionel froze at the sight of their photos surrounded with white lilies, and the gifts he was carrying crashed to the floor. "What's going on, honey? What is this? Nate? Cece? I'm home."